Welcome to the Secret Lives of Vegetables. Today's vegetable is the mango, which is not actually a vegetable, but that's okay. I'm going to show you how to make a curry lentil bowl with rice. The ingredients you are going to need are a can of lentils, a little bit of water, slightly unripened mango chopped up, cayenne pepper, brown sugar, garam masala, and curry powder, garlic, ginger, salt from the salt pig, some pepper, oil, a long grain brown rice, and then for garnishing the sour cream and naan, and you're also going to need some vinegar. This is an apple cider vinegar for the chutney. We're going to be making two things, a mango chutney and curried lentils. So we should start with the mango chutney because it will take a while to soften. So we're going to start with a medium-high heat and some oil. And there is about 6 cloves of garlic here and maybe 2-3 tablespoons of ginger. You're going to want to use half of both of them to start with the chutney. And a little bit of salt. So once the heat's going on, this actually is a pretty impressive smell. The garlic and the ginger really fills the room quickly. Now this is going to cook for a while, so you do want to soften it a bit, but it's probably going to simmer for 15 to 20 minutes even. So you can start to add a little bit of the spice. Now, this is really up to you. If you like hot stuff, add lots of cayenne pepper. If you don't, add a little. Say if you're moderate in your interest of spice, maybe add about 1/4 teaspoon. And if you like a lot, then maybe add more, a half. And you can go as much as a whole teaspoon if you're feeling brave. And you want about 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. And you probably want to get your vinegar in there fairly quickly, because if not, it will vaporize in the heat and it will be hard to breathe if you're standing near it. All right, then you can add your mango in. And we'll add a bit of pepper. Actually, quite a bit of pepper. And a little bit of more salt. All right, that should be good for now. And while that's going, I'm going to get the lentil dish going. So a bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. Once again, a medium-high heat. This one, the mango chutney, once you give it a good stir, you can now cover and just let it boil away for a while. You want it to reduce and soften and all the flavors to intermingle. And then you can add the rest of your garlic and ginger to start this one. They actually start very similarly. And I'll add some salt. And then I like to add the spices in now because the heat releases some of their flavor. So I would say, now this is garam masala, and I made the mistake of trying to make it once and it was stupidly expensive and it didn't taste very good. So you can buy it pre-made and it's relatively inexpensive. So I would say 1, 2, I'll go with 3 teaspoons for now. Something you might want to adjust as you would go along. And then this is a curry powder. I'm going to add the same amount, 1, 2, 3. But I might adjust that later once it's going. Now, as you might imagine, the flavors from this are pretty strong right now. Between the curries and the ginger and the garlic, it really fills the room up with a wonderful scent. Now, one thing I didn't show you earlier was the white rice, so the brown rice here, I have going here. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, but with brown rice, I tend to go slightly less. So I have 2 cups of rice in there, and I will have about 3.5 cups of water with a bit of salt. And I love my rice machine, or rice maker. I probably rely on it too much. I probably should know how to make rice on the stove, but it just, you know, you put the ingredients in, you hit the button, and 20 minutes later, it's just ready. So once again, this one's a little bit forgiving because once the curries are in there, or the lentils are in there, you're going to grind it all up. So even if this isn't perfectly cooked, it's going to cook for a while and soften there. So. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add the lentils in now. Now I use canned lentils. You can soak them overnight, but I like to remove the water that came with them, and then I add the amount of water I need in so that they're not too thick or too thin. And that's once again something you can adjust as you go along. Now, when you've just added the water, it brings the whole temperature down, and I find that it's a good time to puree them. This is sort of a coarse puree. You're going to, you know, it doesn't matter if you have some lentils, but you want some of them to be sort of liquefied, I guess. Now the problem with this is it will actually make the mixture splatter a bit, so this is why you want to do it before it's too hot. So make sure that doesn't spill over. Now you can puree the chutney also, but if you cook it long enough, it will start to weaken and fall apart on its own anyways. If you have a cold, this is one way to clear your sinuses. Wow. So now's a good time to just see how balanced your spices are. It's actually pretty good. I would say that's good as is. So basically your lentils, your curried lentils are now done, so you can turn those off. The mango chutney can cook as long as you're patient enough to let it cook. It can be ready now. If you let it go a little longer, it'll probably taste a little better. It really comes down to how impatient you are. So this one's off. We'll leave this on while we're prepping the rice. All right. So you just want to put a little bit on top. And this is sort of the sweet, spicy part of the mixture. Bit of yogurt. This is just a plain Balkan style yogurt. It sort of cools things off a bit, and you can serve it with a piece of naan. And there you go. enjoy.